Okay, so good morning. We're going to start off with making one of these. I've gotten a lot of messages lately from people asking me how do I do it, so I figured I'd show you. We're going to start with the end so that way I don't have to do a full long video here. As you can tell, it's still inside of the balloon. It's hardened. I've let it sit overnight for at least 24 hours. If it's not hard all the way, we will know in a minute. So, here we go. You pop your balloon. You slowly reach inside of it and try and release, because the glue does hang on pretty tight. You can hear it breaking away from the yarn. Hold on to the top of it so it doesn't collapse. Let me get scissors here. Cut it off. It's still a little bit wet. I can feel it. You can let it dry a little bit longer. I just wanted to get this one done so I could show you. Where the shape comes out at, just reach inside and push it back through. I didn't have too many problems here. And this is what we'll have when we're done. I used 4 colors on this one. You can use as many colors as you want. A heavier yarn works quite well too if you soak it good in the glue. It will make your egg hold harder and last better. So, we'll sit this one aside. If I can get it to sit. Now, I'm using Creapatch glue, which for those of you in the United States, Elmer's glue works really, really good. If you take a bottle of Elmer's glue about so high and use the whole bottle of glue and then maybe a quarter of water. Don't go with half. Half makes it too thin and makes your egg soft, yeah? So we'll put our glue in. I usually use a bowl. It makes it a little bit easier. And yeah, I try to get all of my glue. Can't waste nothing. You want it all. And then a little water. Like I said, I only use about that much water to the amount of glue that I have here. Put my lid back on, of course. Don't want to throw it all over the place. Give it a good shake up and pour it right in. This is going to be a really messy project, okay? I mean very messy project. You're going to have glue all over you. Now give your glue a nice little stir. As you can tell, it loosened up. You want it nice and creamy glue. Nice, yeah? Okay. We don't need the spoon any longer, and hey, don't worry about getting glue on your hands because it's going to be there. Now we pick a color. I think today we will start with a nice light green. Pull out quite a bit of string because once you get started, it's kind of a pain in the ass. But they're beautiful when you're done. Your kids will appreciate them. They make gorgeous Easter baskets. Okay, so here we go. I hope you can see a bit of what I'm doing here. I will lift the bowl in a minute and show you. Not much of a talker, so video could be a little silent every so often. I hope y'all have a great Easter. Hope the sun shines for everybody. Lots of love in the air, you know? Okay, now, I've put a small amount in there. I hope you can see this. I'm going to push it all in with my fingers so it gets nice and wet. Make sure all the string is good and wet. The second bowl, I'm going to pull my string over and just drop it in there, because you want a bit of string. It's kind of hard to make it stay on the balloon if not. So here we go. I'm going to get some of this done so you can see what I'm doing. And it seems like it's going to knot up. When it does this, give it a tug. It pulls right through, but make sure to put extra glue on that piece that you just pulled through. You want lots of glue. You want it nice and wet and sticky and gooey. And for those of you who've done paper mache, you know what this is about. Get your hands dirty. If you like this video, maybe one day I'll sit down and do a shelf frame and show you how easy that actually is to do. Here we go. We've got our knot almost pulled all the way through. Okay, so this one's giving me a little bit of a hard time. The thicker the yarn you use, the easier it is. I'm using a really thin yarn because, well, kind of cheap, and this was on sale. If it comes to a knot, don't worry about it. Reach for your scissors. Cut that knot out of there. Yeah, just that simple. So, now, start with the top of the balloon. Put a piece over. Yes, nice and easy. Draw it down and around. Doesn't matter where or how. It's not about a design. It's about how many times you're going to go around this balloon. Pick a place where you want your opening, your hole. Try not to work it as much. Okay. Now, just because we cut it off doesn't mean anything. It doesn't hurt nothing. You're just going to squeeze it right into the balloon anyplace. Now, we've got to put some more green through because that's definitely not enough green. You need a few layers. It's got to be, yeah, pretty thick. If I had 4 hands, it would work better. 2 people working it together can make it a little bit easier, since one could feed it through the glue while the other one feeds it over the balloon. When you're doing it by yourself, you have to figure it out. Find what's easiest for you. Find your way of doing it. This is just my way. Mine might be more difficult than something you figure out, you know? But the outcome is great. The smiles on people's faces is really, really awesome when you hand them something like this. You can fill them with candy. You can fill it with flowers. You don't have to put candy in this. It doesn't have to be for a child. Your woman would like it. And I'm sure if you filled it full of some beef jerky, your man would love it too. You know? Make life fun. Make it easy. Make it something you've done. Don't go buy everything for somebody. Create it. It's simple. It's easy. It's just a little bit messy, but it's fun. When I find the right materials, I'll show you how to make a ball lamp. They're beautiful. They're basically the same thing, but they're round, like a lamp instead of an egg. Who wants to see an Easter egg all year round, right? Christmas tree is one thing, but an Easter egg, hey, who wants to see that all year? Okay, so I've put quite a bit of string in here now. Well, at least a couple more layers. So we will see how these ones wrap in. And again, start at the top, always. because you want your string to stay up there. I'm going to give a little bit of a twist in here because I want to start getting another angle on my balloon. This is how it will twine together as it dries. But don't forget, you're making a hole for an opening, so you want to leave your space for that. I'll just keep winding. There is no pattern. It's all about how you do what you're doing, how you move it. For me, I don't really see, how do I say it? I don't see the design in the balloon actually until I've put a few layers onto it. And there we go, it fell off, but simple enough. And I have an itch, sorry about that. Okay, so we'll put it back up there again. Twine it, you know, you're making spider webs, that's all. Around the bottom, around the top, every place. When I change colors, you'll probably see it a little bit better. So that's what I'll do here in a minute. I'll just go ahead and change colors. In hopes you can see what's happening. At the moment it looks shabby. They always do. Don't get discouraged. Just keep going. Nothing ever turns out perfect the first time, so hang in there, you know. I failed a couple of them before I started getting them right again. I'm cutting off the green so we can switch colors. I want to try to get a couple colors on here so you can see, because I really don't want it to be a super long video. That gets, I know, boring. Who wants to sit there and watch somebody craft a balloon all day? So, as you can see, I'm working my opening here. So, now we're going to go with, let's go with pink. Why not, right? To find an end with gluey fingers. That's great. Ah, found it right away. That's perfect. Perfect, perfect. It's nice when things work out when you want them to. Yeah, I'm feeding it into the glue, as you could tell. I'll show you in a second. I think next time I will look for thicker yarn. I won't be so cheap, and it'll make life so much easier. I mean, not that life's not that life is hard. It can be if you let it. But if you find things to do, if you don't work, and you just find things to do, crafting, little things like that, they use your mind quite a bit. Doing this right here is very soothing. I think the most nerve part right now is doing the video. But here we go. You see again, I've got a whole bunch of pink yarn inside of my glue. I'll feed it over to the other bowl while rubbing off some of the glue. I'm not taking every bit of it. It's pretty wet. But don't squeeze too hard because you do want to leave glue on your yarn. So what's everyone doing for Easter? What you cooking? What you making? I know them houses are going to smell good. I know that. Show me some of your Easter eggs that you dyed this year. Show me the fun you had with your kids and your grandkids. I might dye Easter eggs this year. I seen something I wanted to try with whipped cream and dye. Looked kind of like a simple, fun kind of way to do an Easter egg. Okay, so we've got some pink string yarn up. Here we go again. You don't have to start on the same side at the top every time. It doesn't matter where or how you start. So, I hope you can see this. I hope this video is really going to be clear enough that you can all see. It's kind of sticky fun. Jump in and join the fun, people. Come on. Easter's almost here. Make your lover something nice. Forget your lover. Make your kids something really cool. I did this for my kids when they were younger, too. My sister and I sat and put these together many years ago. Well, okay. Maybe 30-some years ago. Many years ago. Sounds like a long time. Okay, so we need more yarn. Here we go again. Gosh, I wish I could hurry this up. I will just put a little more pink and then I'll throw another color into it, because you're all, I'm sure, have the idea of what I'm doing here now. And like I said, it's many layers. Don't do a couple layers. Do few layers. Do a lot of it. Yeah, the more layers it is, the harder your shell is going to be. I think the one that I have there, I have 4 layers of color into it, but I use a lot. And as I said, you want the holes. The holes are very important. The holes are the pretty part of it. The holes are what make it stand out. And hey, look, if you buy some LED lights that burn not hot, you can put lights inside of this afterwards and take at the bottom, flatten the bottom down, and it can use as a nightstand on a table in a bedroom. It doesn't have to just be packed up and put away. It still has a use to it. I mean, why not, eh? I've seen it done a few ways. Sorry, I'm getting kind of sticky. It's kind of, you know. I usually take a break in between doing layers and colors so I can clean up and feel like I am at least a little bit clean. Oops, I'm hooked onto something here. Okay. Two colors is really pretty too. I've made a few of these now for this year, and I did a 2-colored one that turned out really nice. The pink and the yellow. Maybe I'll just finish this one in the pink and light green here. I think it'd be very pretty. We won't do 4 colors. 4 colors is the one I showed you at the beginning. A little dramatic, kind of nice, very Eastery though. Can't say anything bad about it. It looks nice. It turned out nice and hard. Yeah, I'm happy with that one. As you can tell, I'm playing with my knot again. Well, it's not really a knot because it is pulling out. But anyways. Okay, I have another nice lot of it here. Okay, here we go again. Spin, turn, twist, pull, jump, you know. Remember, no angle is wrong. But it must also twine like spider web at some point. It has to interlock itself, I guess you could say. I'll show you all sides of it in a minute here. I won't just work one side. That way you can see it's happening, how it's crossing around. And come on, come loose. Here we go. Here we go. I like a little more on the bottom, I know that. So I'm going to turn it a little bit and see if I can come down in a way that brings me at the bottom. Well, coming close to it. Here we go. because the bottom needs a little, I noticed. When making this window in the front, you miss places down there a lot. But we are going to stop there because I'm sure you all get the idea. Yes, it's okay to pat it down. Get your glue to stick a little bit. If something loosens, like I had a loose string come loose down here, as you can tell, you won't even notice it. I just went ahead and I got a little less glue here. I think I missed a spot of glue. Anyways, paint your glue on there. Don't be afraid of it. If you feel there's not enough glue someplace, go ahead and rub it down. Anyways, I have a few more layers to go on this balloon before I ever get it finished. So, I'm going to end this video here. Well, I'm going to wash up first before I touch my camera. I'm going to end this video here, and when I'm done with this egg, I will show you the outcome. Here we go, touching the sink. The glue actually is pretty easy working with it because it does wash right off. It washes off everything else too. I actually have it all over the countertop up here, which is okay because, yeah, it just comes right off. It's all child-friendly glues, easy to use, makes crafting fun. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I hope it helps you. I hope you're able to make one of these yourself. I think you'll love the smile on that child's face when you make this. Get creative. Make a handle on it. Maybe that's what I'll do with this one here. I'll put some sort of a handle onto it. Actually not, because this one is actually promised out to somebody already, and they wanted the same as what I have over there, style-wise. So, maybe I'll make another one later this evening and add a handle to that. Anyways, happy Easter, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the video.